In the village of Sabzi-Ku, perched on the green slopes of towering mountains, the world stirred quietly as the season of Nowruz approached. Fields stretched into the distance, dotted with wildflowers blooming under blush-colored skies. Birds chirped faintly in the crisp, cool air, heralding a time of rebirth. Ali, a curious 10-year-old, lived near the heart of this village with his grandmother, who was the keeper of the family's traditions. Her snowy hair framed a face lined with years of wisdom, and her voice held the warmth of spring itself. Whenever Nowruz came near, she would always remind the family, when the earth blooms, we too must bloom with it. Nowruz is not just a holiday, but a promise of transformation. On the morning of the first day of Farvardin, Ali woke early, drawn by the scent of fresh greens and the glow of sunlight peeking through his window. He ran to the yard, his bare feet brushing against the soft grass, and took in the wonder around him. The half-zin table was already set, a proud arrangement of sprouts, blooming hyacinths, bright painted eggs, and coins. Next to it, apples shone in the sunlight, their red skin glinting like gems. Yet, his eyes kept drifting back to Grandma. She was weaving fresh flowers into strands of ribbon as though stitching magic into the air. Ali's eyes kept drifting back to Grandma. She was weaving fresh flowers into strands of ribbon as though stitching magic into the air.
Grandma, today is Nowruz. What shall we do?
Grandma smiled without looking up. Ali, my dear boy, Nowruz is more than sweets and gifts. Today is a day for renewal, not just for the earth, but for our hearts. Ali furrowed his brow, puzzled. Grandma set aside the flowers and came to kneel before him. Placing her hands on his shoulders, her weathered face softened into a patient smile. By letting go of old grudges, by forgiving hurts, and by sowing kindness like seeds in a field. Come, let us visit the neighbors and share joy with them. The idea lit a spark in Ali's chest. Clutching Grandma's hand, he led her down the stone path to the first house. They knocked on each door, bringing smiles, plates of homemade sweets, and cheerful greetings to everyone they met. At one home lived Baba Miran, the solitary old man who rarely smiled. Yet when Ali shyly handed him a small bowl of honey-dipped walnuts and chirped, "Happy Nowruz," Baba Miran's wrinkled face lit with joy. He chuckled quietly, saying, "Perhaps spring has finally reached my heart." By the time Ali and Grandma returned home, dusk had settled upon the village, its sky painted in hues of deep indigo and gold. The family gathered that night for Charshanbesh Suri, tossing stones of regret into the fire, jumping over the flames with laughter. As embers rose to meet the stars, Ali turned to Grandma, his face glowing brighter than the firelight. "Grandma," Ali said earnestly, "today was the best Nowruz ever. I understand now, starting over isn't just about the new year, it's about opening your heart." Grandma cupped his face in her hands, her voice soft as the breeze. "You see, Ali, spring teaches us that anything can bloom if we nurture it. The secret is to prepare your heart for change." And as the night deepened, Sabzi-Ku thrummed with the quiet laughter of families, with love and forgiveness blooming anew. Somewhere in his bed, Ali dreamed not just of spring's green fields, but of brighter possibilities, his heart ready for transformation, ready for Nowruz.